Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Bedford County Sports Talk Live. And this morning, we're going to talk about keys to the game for the Shelbyville Central game versus Marshall County tonight, Bill. Big matchup, not in our region, but it's a big matchup because we're very similar and it's become a rivalry.
And I want to say this too. I am so glad that these two schools went back to playing one another.
Yeah.
It's a good gate for them and a good gate for us.
And it's a rivalry.
And for years, we didn't play this.
Yeah, we got a little separated on our classifications, but we're really close.
But even then, we got to where somebody didn't want to play somebody, and I think back in the Daxton days, they didn't want to play us. But here and there, it's still a good rivalry. It's close. It's good for the parents, the kids, people like me and you that are old and want to go to a game. It's not far to go to Lewisburg.
Yeah, and Coach Osteen will line up and play anybody. And Coach Dryden will line up and play anybody.
That's right.
So they're ready to go. They're going to play, and we're very similar. But before we get started on this, we want to thank First Bank as our sponsor of this little new little show. We're going to try to do some this year, see how it goes.
Good.
But we'll be right back, and we'll hear from our sponsor, First Bank. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to now get into the keys of the game. Bill, what do you see as being the biggest factor for Central as they line up against a team that's very similar to them?
We are very similar. We're a little different, but similarly is how we line up is very similar. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to want to throw the ball more than we do.
Right.
Our bread and butter more is running.
Right.
Our bread and butter would be more typically between the tackles.
Right.
They like to get it outside, get it on the edge.
Right.
To pitch the ball. That's what their preference is in running the football. But as I pointed out on Coach Dryden's show yesterday, William and Stephen Bobo both said Marshall County in 7-on-7 was as good as anybody at anything they went to. So they've got athletes. They can throw the football, and they've got some real receivers.
One thing I noticed in their first game against Columbia is they had a lot of cramps. Mm-hmm. I don't know that the weather was any different than it was at Marshall County than it was up at Siegel, but we didn't have a problem. We had maybe one or two, but it seemed like every other play, both teams there were having cramp problems. I don't know if that's a conditioning problems or a hydration problem, but if Marshall County is going to play up to their capacity and their maximum talent level, they're going to have to stay on the field and not have all that happen.
And, of course, I'm going to go back to a key of the game, too, would be it's Mr. Betzelberger. If you can kick it in the end zone, please do so. We don't need any returns here.
No, they got
return
return
like this
people.
One because they got return people in the punt return game and the kickoff return game that can take it the distance. And a special teams play like that.
Yeah,
can make all the
there's no reason not to kick it in the end zone. Put them on the 20.
Put them on the 20 every time.
I'd rather have them on the 20 than the 35. Even.
And I wouldn't even trade it out for the 15. I don't want the risk of that kickoff going.
Yeah, exactly.
And my rugby punter, as long as we can get him the ball, I feel good about it bouncing and you not getting a return in that aspect, too.
Right. Key to the game for me is no mistakes like that.
Nope.
No special team mistakes. Cut the penalties in half. We had 15 against Siegel. Bonehead penalties. Some of them, I know the referees got a little whistle happy, and they were calling all kinds of stuff. And that's to be expected first game of the year. Maybe they get their legs under them. Maybe we get our legs under them and can cut down our penalties. But I think that we do have to get a little bit more diverse with our passing. Maybe throw some screens and get our backs in open space.
Go back to that first drive of the game against Siegel.
Yeah.
I like the way that looked.
Right. I think another key to the game is our physicality. Our linebackers are going to be flying all over the field, and they're going to smack them in the mouth, okay? I don't know about Marshall County, how they will respond to that. I don't know how physical they are. They didn't look like they liked a lot of contact like that.
Well, the key will be, can we get on the edge? And I think we can when they go wide. Because if you notice watching that film, everybody that ran the ball when it wasn't there, they wanted to go to the sideline.
Yeah.
Or they tried to get outside. Everything was designed to go outside, or most of our runs go inside.
I don't know the players' names, but they've got number 2 and number 8.
Yep.
That's their 2 receivers. That's their 2 top dog athletes. You can tell their quarterback's not bad.
And they play corner well, too.
Yes, they play corner. And 2 lines up at safety some. He had a pick 6 out of the safety position.
It really changed.
And they broke on the ball. I don't know about Columbia. We don't know about them. So we don't know exactly what to make of that game, but we did get to see their athletes. And I think that number 2 and number 8 are going to be key players in the game for them. And, of course, the Bobos,
both of them.
Mr. Bailey, LeBron. We've got several people that could be key players. I think we're more of a team
right.
than they are. Just my opinion.
Can our offensive line get a push? I think we
Right.
can. Can we get a push? And could we get the ball to Bailey in space?
We'll try it and see. I hope.
I
hope
we
we
can
try it. I hope the playbook opens up a little bit more because it's going to have to against Marshall County.
There's going to be some points scored in this game, and the key would be don't get down
Right.
early,
Right.
and I think you'll be fine. So no stupid mistakes early.
Right.
Play your game, tackle well, which we do, and play your game. And the special teams need to be good here.
Yeah.
They also, like I said, do not give them a chance to return something.
Yeah.
Because that changes momentum, and it's a huge swift change. And they've got the athletes, folks. We're not sugarcoating that.
Oh, absolutely.
They've got the athletes to play with
They
us.
look a lot like us.
Yes, they do.
One thing I think we're going to see a lot of is a lot of offsides on theirs. That clap and hesitation. I think you're going to see a line that's going to jump over some. We might see 4 or 5 of those.
And those were key at the first of that game the other day, too. It was
two big first downs also, yeah. Well,
and can we go and maybe if you – and I'm assuming if me and you were coaching in Marshall County, we're putting 9 in the box.
9's going to be in the box.
That's what I would have.
Yeah,
and I'm going to dare you to go over the top.
I would come out and air it out the first play if I was Coach Dryden, but I'm not. So
no,
I'd be anxious.
Right.
I would love to see what he does on that first drive. If we get the
well, historically they have showed you up there that when you put 9 in the box and you commit that way, they have done it in the past.
Exactly.
Take that shot.
Yeah.
And you've got William Bobo who can run and go get it. Yeah. LeBron can run and go get it.
What do you see as far as a score range in this game? 30s, both teams, 30s, 20s.
I see
a very similar score that we had last year. I think we were, 35-28, something like that?
I think it's going to be a little lower scoring. I'm going to go 28-21.
28-21.
I don't think we're as explosive on offense right now as we were a year ago.
Yeah.
But I think we're a lot better on defense than we were a year ago.
Yes, we are.
And Marshall County, just being Marshall County, is going to score some points.
Yeah.
We can score 28, I think we win a ball game.
Yeah. I think the key to also is protecting the ball.
Yep.
If we throw that long screen out that we got a touchdown on, that would be a pick 6 against Marshall County.
Yes, it will.
It will. So we got to watch that. And I think Steven is going to protect the ball well. He learned a lot that first game.
He learned a lot, and I think he's going to run the ball well. He's going to throw the ball well, and you're going to see he's the kind of kid that when the lights come on, he's just better.
I think you're going to see Mr. Bobo pull the ball down and run it more this time because they're going to be keying on Bailey.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's stop real quick and hear from our sponsor and come back and have game day forecast because the weather's going to be a factor. We'll be right back. Corner Cleaners is our sponsor for our game day forecast. We'll be right back after we hear from them.
At Corner Cleaners, we provide quality services you can rely on. Located in Shelbyville, we're the area's leading dry cleaner, proudly serving customers throughout Bedford County since 2001. We provide same-day dry cleaning and laundry service as well as tuxedo rentals. For customer convenience, we offer delivery and also have a drive-through and overnight drop box.
For all your dry cleaning needs, call Corner Cleaners.
All right, welcome back in here. Now we're going to talk about the weather. Bill, it's been a hot week. Horse show week. The kids have got to practice in the morning. So they're going to be out late in the day now playing a game. Expected temperature is 92 degrees, high humidity. Heat index is a factor. The heat index rule is if the game is 104 on the heat index, you can't start the game until it's below that. I think our heat index is going to be upper 90, so I think we're okay on that. But how do you think this heat and humidity is going to play into the
cramps? Just like you said last week, what you saw, it plays into cramps on both sides. You may see some of our guys doing it too, and it's that hot.
Yeah,
and it's hotter than it was last Thursday.
They got to stay hydrated for sure.
Got to stay hydrated. Got it. And a big thing is stretching before the game.
Yeah.
How well do you do that?
Yeah.
And that's where I think Coach Dryden and them do a really nice job with their stretch and pregame warm-ups and stuff like that. And that may have been part of the problem. If you don't stretch right, you got to play in that heat. Yeah. You can cramp pretty easy. You really need to stretch.
Wind is not going to be a factor. Last week we had a little breeze out of the north, and that affected the kicks a little bit. So that's not going to be a factor. So
but we're playing at home. We need a crowd. We need everybody out there to come out. We need a crowd.
Again, we want to thank our two sponsors, First Bank and Corner Cleaners. And, Bill, I can't wait to get out there tonight and check it out.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come out. Food Truck Thursday, Coach Dryden said.
And special for
the tailgate
training school, Bedford County Training School presentation.